here with Father Hérvè Abou, who is director of the spiritual year for the Society of African Missions in Calavi, Benin. He has a doctorate in Christian spirituality and has been working in Calavi in the spiritual year for a number of years. So we asked him here today to explain some of his experience and his insights about forming the young men desiring to be members of the Society of African Missions. Welcome, Hérvè.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with the first question. Why don't you explain to us the basic structure of the spiritual year in Calavi?
Thank you. First of all, I thank you for the opportunity given to me to talk a little bit about what we do in Calavi. And Calavi is the place where we have our international spiritual year program.
Okay.
And it's a very important and essential year in the process of our formation. Because the seminarians coming there have finished and completed their philosophical studies. So now it is like having a time aside to reflect on their vocations. So then what we do, basically it is a year of discernment, a year of prayers, a year where one comes to reflect more deeply on his own vocations. They have spent 4 to 5 years with the SMA already. So now it is a time for them to have a pause and reflect on their vocation. So one thing we do there is to give them the chance to know themselves more deeply. And we have some psychological workshop we do with them, Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, a chance for them to know who they are, their weak points, their strength, and this overall for them to be able to go through deep discernment with who they are, the potential they can give to the SMA, and be aware that they also have some area they have to work deeply on. So beside that, we give them the opportunity to know more about SMA, the history, the spirituality, the mission, the constitution and laws of the society, and know great missionaries who have worked in West Africa, share their story, missionary story with them. So overall is to prepare them to be member of the society, because at the end of the program they do their first oath where they become SMA member. So it's what I can say.
Okay, well that's very helpful. I said quite a bit there. It's good that they're learning about SMA, and you certainly have the qualifications to help them in that journey. Maybe you could explain what a typical day would be like for the young men attending your spiritual year.
Great. We begin with the Holy Eucharist early in the morning, and after the Eucharist we go for breakfast. And after breakfast they have to do is to clean the place, make sure that everything is clean, because it's part of our work as missionary. You know how to take care of your mission work. So they do that every morning, and after they go to class. We begin class from 9 to 12. They have a break and we have lunch at 12:30. So a little bit of rest for siesta, and afternoon, because there we have forest, gardens, we have animals to take care of. And if they don't go for manual work, the alternative is for sport. And after that is a time of silence until we meet for the Vespers, 7:10. But in between they have to go for spiritual directions. So that time is silence until dinner. And after dinner it is also silence time until they go to bed. So it is how we do every day.
Well, that's very interesting. It sounds like a full day for these young men. Now, how do you understand like their spirituality when they come in? How do you deal with them or give them guidance? Do you understand or help them to have a relationship with God?
Yeah, it's first of all to understand what spirituality may mean for us there. It can be defined as a religious experience, that is the experience one has from God. Because it's what will bring the faith and the conviction you want to give out as a bearer witness to the gospel. And spirituality also like the experience or the expression of your faith in your everyday life. So there is like young men coming with their own experience of God that they want to share, and their image of God, and they want to join SMA So there it is to welcome them as they are, but at the same time to be courageous enough to tell them when we feel like it's not something that goes for SMA, for example. The desire to serve, the spirit you want to bring to society may not go together. So then we may orient them somewhere else. But overall, we see that many of them come with a spirit of genuine spirit of being a missionary, and which go along with the SMA spirituality. And these are people that we can help all along the year, prepare them for the next stage of their formation.
You know, and that brings me to the next question, is that you say you help them along and to see if they fit in with SMA and our charism. When they've completed the year, what do you look for in order to determine if they are really suited for SMA?
People who first of all understand what they want to do with their life by joining SMA, to be true missionaries, to live our values, to live primary evangelizations, to be able to live the most abandoned, to be able to live in basic places, not looking for comfort. So it's what we look for. And when we get this, we may not get all at once, but if the spirit is there, we may promote them for the next stage for them to go. So it's what we look for, to follow the spirit of the society and more the legacy that we receive from great missionaries, for them to be missionary on their time with the young people.
Okay. And one final question, just you've been doing this for a number of years. What benefits for yourself have you seen? Do you find it fruitful? Does it enrich your own spiritual life? Or what are the benefits that you're getting out of this?
I got a lot. First of all, I'm really impressed by the call of people coming from various parts of the world, and they want to be SMEs. It's continue the legacy that we receive from our forefathers, missionaries. So the way, the dedications, the talent, and there are people who are very creative. You know, there are so many things, gifts that they have that they want to put at disposal. So personally, I learned a lot from that. I learned from that, and I'm really happy to see that there is always hope, that the society can rely on young men who will continue the work. So it is a lot we get, and there the other benefit will be like the internationality, the teamwork with the other member of the staff. We work together. I'm not alone. I have priests with whom we work together. So as a community, a lot can be done, and it's being done. So all that are comfort for me.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much. You know, you see a lot of SMAs, future SMAs go through that. So down the line, you'll be their pape, you know. They'll all be looking to you and say, this is our man who formed us when we were young. So you'll have a great deal of respect. And so we thank you for your work and service there in Calavi, and appreciate all the work you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Hérvè.